Hi everyone! So today we're doing my favourite aesthetic. It's literally the main theme of my bedroom and literally what I wear, and that's vintage Americana. I love vintage Americana. It's like Lana Del Rey, American, vintage, all mixed together in one. It's so good. But I wanted to do hairstyles based off of the aesthetic of vintage Americana. So I've started with, I slept in sock curls overnight. And I've actually got a tutorial on how to do sock curls posted on my channel. And so I've just taken them out, and I gotta hope that they last, but with my hair, I wouldn't be surprised if halfway through the video they just go flat. Anyway, and like vintage Americana is a lot of like cute but sort of like messy hairstyles. You're gonna need a couple like clips and maybe some bows if you want to add bows. I'm not sure if I've got any bows in this one, but you can add bows in. I've got a little like matching bow with this dress, so I'll probably use that. But without further ado, let's get on to the first one.
For this one, you'll need a hairband and a couple hair clips, and then just take a little piece from behind your ear and clip it in place with that red hair clip. And then I literally just take the section of hair behind my head and I just tie that up into a ponytail. Now obviously this looks a little different because my hair's curled, but it's still really cute. For this one, just split your hair down the middle of your head and then grab it into two little sections. I just like to tie up the other section while I'm working on the other side. And then as you see, I am just making this into, I'm pretty sure I did a Dutch braid just because I prefer a Dutch, but if you prefer a French, you can totally do a French. Just do this all the way down the back of your head and then just tie it into a little pigtail at the end. I've got morning voice right now. I've just woken up, so excuse my voice. And then I just like to come behind and I tie this, and then I just pull half the ponytail through, and then I split that hair into two little sections, twist it, and then I bring it up, over, and then I tie it into like a little knot. I tuck the end pieces underneath the bun and then put it in place with a little bobble, and then I grab these little hair clips just to keep the hair all in one place. And then of course it wouldn't be me if I didn't make it messy. And then this is your bun done. For this one, we're going to start by making a Dutch braid. Make sure it's a Dutch braid for this one. And do this down. First you can see I'm doing it down the side of my head, and then I move around the back of my ear, and then I just complete the braid all the way down. But make sure you braid it very far down because we're going to be wrapping this around the whole head. So it needs to be long enough to fit around your head. I don't know if that means I have a big head or what, but you are welcome to fluff up the braid. I think I do on the ends. I just don't at the very start of the braid, that is into the head. So now that I've got the braid, as you can see, I'm wrapping it around the back of my head, and see what I mean by it has to be long? Because I've pulled the braid all the way over to behind the ear that it came from. And then I just clip it in place with a few bobby pins. We'll sort out those little end pieces in a minute. I'm just grabbing a few more bobby pins, getting a little close to the camera, and then clipping that behind so it's all hidden. Now, I would personally use elastic bands for this, but I don't have elastic. But this is the very cute braided halo. This one's super quick. This is probably my favourite one of the day. You're just going to grab a little piece from your ear, twist it in place, and then clip it with a little tiny hair clip, and that's it. It's so cute with the curled hair, I might say. And that's you done. So for this one, I'm just going behind my ear and then flipping over a little section of hair on the other side just to create like a little bit of a different parting. And then I'm going to grab a section of hair underneath the side that I've just flipped over, and I'm going to twist that. I'm not braiding it there, I'm just twisting it, and then I'm just fluffing it up And then just do the same on this side. I'm grabbing a chunk from top of my head and then just twisting it all the way down because we're going to add this into a fluffy braid. I'm just going to gather all the hair on the side of my head and then I'm braiding this all the way down, and of course I am fluffing it up. And then that is it, just make it a little messy and pull a few pieces out. I also love this one. You're going to take a small section of hair from the back of your head and you're going to braid this as far down as you want. I think I did it to like the middle of the back of my head, I think. Your arms will burn. You're going to get your arm workout in doing this. And then I'm just going to fluff up this side, and I've also done it on the other side. And then I just like to add a little bit of an accessory, and I'm just adding a little white bow. I did say I'd be using these white bows. For this one, I'm just grabbing the front section just by my ear, and I am going to braid this because we're going to be tying this braid behind the back of the head. So just make sure it's long enough to reach around the back of your head. I'm just going to do the same on the other side, and then of course, like usual, I'm going to be fluffing it up. As you can see, I'm then tying it behind the head with a little ponytail, and then all you're going to do is you can either leave the plaits in, but I took them out. And then I just like to braid that little ponytail. And then you have like a little braided halo around the back of your head, and then I just like to add in a little white lace bow. For this one, I'm going to make a French braid, and so I'm just grabbing the top half section of my hair, splitting it into 3, and then I'm crossing the outer pieces over the top of the middle. And you're going to just add in sections of hair, as you can see at a time. I'm adding in a chunk now, cross that over the middle, add in a chunk from the other side, cross that over the middle, and you're just going to repeat that all the way down the back of your head. Now once I start getting to the bottom, I do like to come around and bring this to the front just so my arms don't ache. Just make sure that you are still tying it the correct way, otherwise you might end up with a little twist. That was just me checking there. And then just tie it at the end with a little bobble, and then I always, of course, pull out the side pieces, just the outer corners, and just put your fingers on the outer corners of the plait and then pull. And then make it a little bit messy, and then you are done.
So I hope you enjoyed today's hairstyles, and maybe you found the aesthetic for you. If so, join the club. And if you find that you just enjoy the hairstyles but you don't like the aesthetic, that's still fine too. The hairstyles are really cute, I love them all. But just thank you for watching, and if you could like, subscribe, comment, just because it helps me know that you want to see more content like this. I'm planning to do like loads of videos covering every aesthetic. So I guess I've started with this one, and then I'll do like coquette, gloomy coquette, Y2K, cottagecore, like every aesthetic I'm planning to cover. I mean, I've done my everyday makeup, but it kind of matches the vintage americana vibe. So if you like this kind of vibe, I would always be happy to do a makeup tutorial as well. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!